Hello and welcome to Hayridge Model Rail. I'm Alan. In this video we're looking at servo mounts, mounting the servos onto the baseboard and connecting them all up to the new circuit boards. I've been busy working on servo mounts and I've created a slimline version because my baseboards only have a 40mm drop on them, so I've only got 40mm clearance, so I've had to build something that's as compact as possible to make everything fit. So I've come up with this design. So as you can see, that was my first attempt with the crick up machine. Got it all cut out nicely, but my gluing wasn't great. I decided to put the super glue onto the card and then fix it together, and that seemed to create a rather off square servo mount. So then we moved on to number 2. This time I filed it and clipped it together with the tabs and then added the super glue afterwards, and that's obviously given me a nice straight square finish. This one's then, because I was happy with it, I've sprayed it with some Hobbycraft grey primer, which has obviously helped seal it and strengthen it a little bit more. Then I put the servo into the slot, and that's just a nice push fit, fits really snug and tight, and realised that I shouldn't have had my hole from my pin in the centre, because the servos are offset. So then we moved on to version 3, and I put this together in the same way, but this time I added an extra hole at the back to fix it, because I thought that might be useful, and I swapped the single hole in the middle for 2 either side, so you can locate the servo either way round. And yeah, with their low profile, obviously they sit up like that, screwed to the baseboard through the plate. And my original ones, which were longer, have always worked well on the layout in the attic, so I need to test these next, make sure they work as they should. But I think next we'll pop some servos in and see how they look. Right, so we're back again, and I've added the servo horn, and I'm using a straightening paperclip as my actuating wire. So as you can see, that's how it all sits in. I'll turn it over, just pushes through the slot, and hopefully you can see that as needed you can get to all the screw holes to fix where you need to. So what I'll do now is set it up on a circuit board and we'll give it a test and see how it looks. Right, we're back and we have the servo connected to the board and the board's connected to the controller. The controller's plugged in, we've got our light on, so this should be servo 1 hopefully, if I've got it plugged into the right place. So 1, enter, and a good start. I've got the servo horn in the wrong place, so we'll just adjust that. Okay, we're back. Hopefully the servo horn's now in the right place, so let's try one. Yep, that seems to be working all right. Obviously the next thing to try is to put it on the actual layout and get it to throw a point, but we'll get on to that shortly. So here I've got a batch of 6 servo mounts made up. I got that out of one piece of 1mm grey board in the crick up machine. I'm going to drill the extra holes in my second attempt because I need 8 mounts in total for this part of the layout, and I don't see the point of not using it for the sake of having to put an extra couple of holes in. So I will be doing that. But the next thing to do is to get these sprayed up just to give them a little bit of extra strength and hopefully a little bit more resistant to any moisture that may occur. So we're going to get them sprayed next and then hopefully start getting them on the layout. So I'm adding some connectors to the circuit boards. This one's been done. I've added a 3-way connector. I've had to put my network cable onto what used to be a header pin so that it can connect to the chip, and then I've managed to connect in the positive and negative terminals here and here, and now I need to do the same on this board, and that will be the 3 servo boards that I need for the first part of the portable layout. I'm back with the layout now, and I'm going to fit this servo motor. I've added some double-sided carpet tape to help it stick, and we're going to put it hopefully on this point. Now I've got one above it to do, so the easiest way I find is to shine a light from behind and get my servo lined up, then just test it. So I'll line it up like that, turn my light off. Now I need to attach the servo motor to a servo. Oh, sorry, not to a servo, to a circuit board. So I finished mounting the servos, and as you can see, they are at the moment just stuck with the double-sided carpet tape. So my next job is to install the circuit boards. There's one which I've got labelled up, if it'll come into focus. Oh, that way. So I know what the addresses are for programming, etc. So this one will do these 3 servos, and then this board will do the servos down here. This is a pair for a crossover, so they will activate at the same time, or one after the other. So the first thing I do, because I put them on risers, which I've got a pack of here. So I'm going to screw 4 risers on, and then I'm going to super glue my circuit boards in place, and then I can connect up the servos. So I've got the riser blocks screwed in now. So I'm going to apply a little bit of super glue, and then I can install the servo boards at the best position. And that is probably going to be somewhere there. I would imagine. Just a few little dobs of super glue on each leg or riser, and then just hold it there for a few seconds. Then it takes. That's it. And then all I do is to make sure I haven't glued the screws as well. Just slacken each one off a little bit. That's it. That's number 1 done. One more to do, and then I'll get them connected up. So now I have both sets of circuit boards onto layout. I'm going to connect up the servos now. This one down here, I'll be using servo connection 1 and 3 because they work as a pair the way this one's programmed. This one has got 3 on it, so I'll be using the first 3, and the 4th one is actually disconnected from the network as such, hasn't got a network, well, it hasn't got an address. So I can always use it if I need it later on, just by reprogramming the circuit board. So we'll get them connected up next. So this one's had time to dry and glue, so I'm just going to pinch these up and then we'll connect up. Right, let's work out which way round we want everything. This is going to be number 2, which will be the first one. So that one will go there. That's number 2. So this one, oh, sorry, number 3. So that one will go next to it. And then that one will be the equivalent of number 4. So that one will go there. And these bottom ones, that will be number 1. And this one will be number 3. Right. Just pinch these up. So my next job, when I continue with this, I will be connecting up the wires from next job I'll be continuing with will be connecting up the wires from the inputs. So power in, so you've got that's my link wire. So you've got a positive, negative, and a signal wire, which will go down into this connection, and then obviously the same connection down below, and then it will also be another wire that will run through the board for future expansion for further modules. So I will put a cable in for that as well. So that's my next job. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. Love you to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video. So thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.